Hi, welcome back to an Introvert's Arts and Crafts. My name is Andrea and this is everything I made in March. Before we get to the actual month, I would like to quickly go through what I made in January and February. It wasn't much, they were pretty slow months. I was still burnt out, I guess, from the months leading up to Christmas, where I made a lot of big projects for Christmas gifts, like massive blankets. This little dishcloth, I found this repeatable stitch pattern. What's the right side? I found a repeatable stitch pattern that looked really cute and needed a small project for it. So this is a cotton dishcloth, which is looking super uneven now because I've kept it in a drawer. This was knit. Next, I made this fluffy wool beanie. It's a size large, I guess. It's definitely too big for me, but I will keep it in my stash until next winter, and hopefully someone will want to buy it. I tend to make things in the wrong season. Like, the past couple of weeks I've been super into beanies and wool scarves and all of that, and it's April. Spring is coming. Sure, we did have snow for a couple of days, but still the wrong season. Continuing, I have shown this before, I think. This is just a simple wrap with a twist, made in all double crochet going around and with the twist. So it starts here and then goes around from the center in like 8. The colors are super nice for this, I think. I really enjoyed how it turned out. If it shows. So it's a wrap, so it can go around the shoulder part, or just as an infinity scarf. A bit small for an infinity scarf, but if you pull this part up, and maybe don't have glasses that get in the way, it's a little hood situation. There are too many things that I just feel like making and start making without having any plan of. Like, I probably won't use it myself, but I just had to make it. Moving on, this sweater, cotton, I made for my boyfriend. He actually requested the main colors, so we wanted a sweater with green and purple as the colors. So I chose 2 of Hobby's Salt and Shadow, and as you can sort of see, I started with the green one from the green side and the purple one from the black side, and then it fades until it ends off with the green one from the black side and the purple one from the purple side, if that makes sense. I didn't do any color control on the sleeves. This is knit, if anyone didn't get that. And I made this ribbing on the underside of the sleeve and on the sides of the sweater as well. And that ribbing is what's attached together in the armpit. So it's not a loose fit, but it feels like it's comfortable. It's not too tight even though it's cotton, because you have this extra stretch. I'm pretty happy with that one. So this little pile was all I made in January, February. I don't remember what was in which month, and yeah, but I know this was before March. Now for the main event. I managed to, or I actually remembered to save all of my yarn labels for March. I had to switch the clip to a bigger one in the middle of the month because it broke, because it got too thick. There are a lot of small 50-gram skeins in here, but also some 250 gram skeins. And I haven't counted, but it's a fair bit. I might count later if I remember it. Let's begin. After the last sweater I made with the same deal, I liked it so much that I wanted to make one for myself with the same measurements, the same idea, but different colors. So I had this Cotton King Sultan Shadow and Pastello in this matching jeans blue color. I think the Pastello is called Blueberry, and the Shadow is jeans, maybe. But it's this muted grayish blue. Same deal as the other one, with the ribbing for extra stretch on the sides, and working from different directions of the yarn to get the color changing dark to light effect. And the sleeves were just the light. I considered doing dark on the sleeves as well, but I figured it would be difficult to control and get a nice fade. I really like the way these colors faded. Yeah, sure, on the camera you can see that there's a quite clear line here, but it doesn't show that much in reality. The fade is super nice. Next, where do I start? There is so much. I'll start from the top. I showed this one in one of the other videos as well. This is the Ultimate Sacrifice shawl. I don't have space to show the whole thing, but you get the idea. I made it quite a bit bigger than where the pattern stops, because I think it would have stopped like here or something, but I wanted a bit more length and also the purple edge for contrast. The color changes are super nice with this pattern. and I will leave the pattern link in the description. This is one of those patterns where when you first look at it, it's just page and page of text, and it seems so difficult. But once you start, it's super easy, and once you get to like this part, the mesh part of it, you don't even need to check the pattern because it just increases every now and then to make these wider, and the rest of it is just repeats. I want to make this with a different color as well, or many different colors. This will definitely not be the only time I make this. Next is another shawl. This is magic sock wool from Hobby as well. And this will be a Christmas present. It is a nice shawl size, and yeah, it gives off nice warm fall vibes. Super simple repeating pattern of carrying some of the stitches a couple of rows, which is what makes these bigger loops. I hope the recipient will love it when the time comes. I've said it before, but I like to start making Christmas gifts early. That way I won't have to stress like I did last Christmas to get everything ready. Next up, this one I've also showed before. Baby blanket. It still needs blocking. No surprise there. I recently ordered blocking mats and pins, so I will actually get to that. But this, I still love it. This is the Cotton King Sultan Deluxe in the color Martian Pink. And it's a nice pastel rainbow-ish. Next is vest number 1. This turned out, well, I made it like this much longer than it should be, so it's a mid-thigh length for me. It's a basic V-stitch, also in the magic sock wool. So this should be super durable and also nice and warm, despite how thin it is and all the holes. It should warm quite a bit. I'm thinking even on the chilly summer nights coming up, or spring, this will be nice to just throw on. It's an open front vest. It was made with 2 long strips, this width strip, and then they get sewn together under the armpits and along the back. So it's basically just 2 scarves made to a vest. And I really enjoyed how the colors on this turned out. This yarn has such nice color changes and gradients, and I really want to do more. And I like using multicolored sock yarn for not just socks, because it kind of feels like a waste to use these nice long color changes on just socks, as they don't really show their full potential in sock form. Now, the last of the big projects, I think, is vest number 2, which I actually finally weaved in all the ends and attached my pocket. I like the hood, which wasn't in a pattern. I freehanded this hood, and I hated this part. So this yarn is reflective so that it will be nice and visible in the dark. It doesn't show that well, or it's hard to get it to show, but I think the last time I did this you could see some glimpses of it. But yeah, the bottom of this whole vest is slip stitch ribbing, which if you saw my last video, I talked about how much I hated doing this. I still am not ready to do this again anytime soon, but I enjoy how it looks, and yeah. Just the ribbing took probably as long as the rest of this vest. I hated every stitch of the ribbing. The vest was nice, I enjoyed working on the vest. It's just double crochet in the front loop, and then turning instead of going around and around. I turned after every row to prevent having to sew up the side. If I remember correctly, it's front loop only double crochet, but I will link the pattern as well. It's not my pattern. The only creative thing I did was the hood. But yeah, I have no idea if or when, well, I'm pretty sure I will be making slip stitch ribbing again, but I don't know when. It could be years, it could be months, I don't know. But the vest is nice, it's wool, so I will not be using this until the fall probably. But it has a space in my closets, so at least now I'm ready for cold weather. On to the small things. I had this random hair tie laying around that I don't use, so I made it into a scrunchie with this plush yarn. I don't know what I will do with it, but I don't have hair enough. It's nice and soft. I did it just to test how I like doing it, like for a potential product, and perhaps it's cute. If I had hair, I would maybe use it. Then yeah, I know brown isn't the cutest color, but it's what I had, and it's not bad. I mean, this is a nice brown. And then I made two beanies with double-stranded acrylic yarn from Hobby. This is the Horizon yarn. So the color changes are part of the yarn. I made one without the brim, and my head is tiny, so it's a nice size, small, light, but also warming. And one with a brim. I just wanted to try out both. And these are both single rib and super stretchy, so even though they look really small, you know, they stretch. And then I did show this in the previous video, but I made this little bandana. It doesn't show as well against this t-shirt. This little bandana with a heart pattern in double crochet. I want to make a shawl with the hearts, but I didn't want to make the whole thing only for it to be ugly. So I made this little test first. And yeah, the hearts are pretty. I like the diagonal heart pattern better than the horizontal ones I've seen before, because usually you have them like they go like this and then like this and then like this, and I don't know why, but I just don't like that. And then I made 4 bucket hats. I started with this one with some of the worsted weight yarn I got in the hobby cotton lucky bags. It's not necessarily colors I would match normally, but they don't look bad. I haven't really made up my mind yet what I think. So the purple is probably a lavender, and the green is teal, and the white is cream. And then this one was so fun to make that I made this one with cream and teal. Is it teal? Yeah, it's teal. And a light green. I like this one better, well, the colors, but green is my favorite color, so. And then I made this one. I had the yellow and the cream sitting next to each other, and they looked kind of cute and spring-like. So that happened. And then a purple. Well, lavender and cream. I still need to work out my tension with bucket hats, but I will definitely be making more as the summer comes. These are all cotton only. I believe that's all. I don't know. Is it a lot? Not in numbers, because a lot of what I made this month were bigger projects and big project with super thin yarn. So that took a lot of time. It will be interesting to see how April goes. It's currently the 9th. I know I said I would get this out fast, but life, yeah. And I have made a fair bit of things already this month. It feels like I have found my motivation again. Before this fall, I hadn't touched yarn probably in years, so I pretty recently picked it back up, and it's been a slow start. I did a lot. This is all the March projects. It is a lot. I did a lot. Yeah. I should be happy with this. I am happy with this. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I will try to post more consistently. I will definitely keep doing this every month of summary of the month. March was good. Remember, if you want to see more, if you like my content so far, subscribe, like. It really helps out and helps other people discover me and my channel. If you think I should post a sock tutorial, I kind of want to do that. How was your March? Did you craft a lot? Were you productive? Did you make more than you thought? Did you make less than you thought? Let me know. Thank you. Bye.